What's up guys? So E3 is coming pretty soon, and Nintendo announced that they are actually going to show up this year. And of course that means that there will end up being another Nintendo Direct at E3, because if you watched the last one in February, then you would remember that the producer of the Legend of Zelda series said that they would have an update on the sequel to Breath of the Wild later this year, which obviously means that they were planning on having a second Direct this year, especially since earlier in February they had no news on several franchises that have had anniversaries either this year or in 2020. So in this video I'm going to be talking about my predictions of what we will see in the upcoming Direct at E3. And also let me know in the comments what you were looking forward to seeing the most at E3. And before I get started with the games, at some point during the Direct, I'm pretty sure that we will end up getting an announcement of the Switch Pro, especially with all of the heavy speculation that it will be coming out around the holidays. And of course it will probably end up being the Nintendo Switch with an OLED screen that we have heard a bunch of rumors of.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
So first off, let's talk about the debatedly most anticipated video game on this entire list, Breath of the Wild 2. Now, this has been a long time coming, since it has been almost 5 years since the very first one, and we got a teaser for it a little over a year ago. Though I am a little disappointed about not getting any news on Breath of the Wild 2 back in February, aside from the fact that they are working on it, we did on the other hand get news on Skyward Sword HD and Hyrule Warriors DLC, so it wasn't a total loss. But regardless of that, I am extremely interested to see how Nintendo manages to make Breath of the Wild 2 unique. Aside from the little hints that we see in the teaser trailer, I would love to know if we will end up seeing any changes to the playstyle and the map of the game, since the sequel is relatively immediately after the first. I would also love to see some hints to what the mysterious glowing hand actually is, as well as if the corpse means that Ganondorf is returning to the series or not. And finally, the answer to the one question all of us are asking: will we be able to play as Zelda? Next up is the Fire Emblem franchise. So last year was the 30th anniversary for this franchise, and all we got for it was a Switch port of Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light, which is the very first time that us Americans have ever been able to get our hands on it. But regardless of how big that is and how much fun I had playing it, a brand new Fire Emblem title is something that I really want to be announced. Personally, I would like a sequel to Three Houses, especially since I had so much fun playing it, and honestly I would love to see which route of the game has the true ending, since as far as I know that has not been announced yet, as well as what the future of Fodlan ends up looking like, and finally figuring out where Three Houses ends up on this very complicated timeline. Honestly, I'd even be happy with a remake of any of the 1,000 Fire Emblem games that we have gotten prior, because, well, beggars can't be choosers. And now, since I'm on the topic of 30th anniversaries, Sonic has his 30th anniversary this year. Now, sure, it isn't a Nintendo franchise, but Sega and Nintendo have worked together extensively over the years. And with the second Sonic movie coming out next year, as well as a Nintendo show supposedly being in the works, I think that a Sonic game being announced this year isn't completely off the table. And though I haven't cared much for this game series since Heroes, I'm hoping that maybe Sega will manage to put together one that isn't completely ridiculous for once. Now, this next announcement probably won't happen, but who knows? I'm hoping for the announcement of, or a teaser for, Mario Maker 3D. With the announcement that the Ninja Speedrun is going to be the last content update for Mario Maker 2, that most likely means that Nintendo is focusing on getting ready to announce Mario Maker 3. So we may end up getting a teaser, as well as some extra details for the game, and I already covered what I would like to see in this video here, but if you want my honest opinion, I think it may be way too soon to see any details on Mario Maker 3. So, since Nintendo has has recently purchased Next Level Games, I think a more likely Mario title to be announced could possibly end up being a new Mario Strikers game. Since with Mario Golf getting another installment, I think this means that we are getting another batch of the Mario sports games. And Mario Strikers is way overdue for a sequel. Next Level Games are the developers behind the first two Mario Strikers games, so it only makes sense for them to make another. And honestly, even if it just had updated graphics from the GameCube version, with an updated roster, and support for 8 people to play similar to Smash Bros, it would fly off the shelves. But not to get my hopes up, they could even be working on a new IP entirely, since they have also made Luigi's Mansion, and the third one is less than 2 years old. A number 4 for that series is probably not going to happen anytime soon. This goes without saying, but I'm extremely excited to see what Next Level Games ends up doing in the future, should Nintendo decide not to murder the entire development team. And now, since during E3 is most likely when the new Direct will air, that will also decide which new Pokemon game we will get more news for. And I mean, who knows, maybe Nintendo will astonish all of us by giving us new details for both Brilliant Diamond, Shiny Pearl, and Pokemon Legends Arceus. Because though I know that they have said that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are faithful remakes to the original Sinnoh games, I am extremely interested to know if the rumors of Mega Evolutions returning in these games is true or not, as well as seeing if they have made minor graphics tweaks to the games, since if you've been watching my channel for a while, you would know that I am not the biggest fan of the chibi graphics whatsoever. I would also love to see some story details for Pokemon Legends Arceus, since when we got the trailer for that there was absolutely no story whatsoever. But given how the Pokemon company primarily focuses on giving us details for one game at a time, and completely ignores the others despite the amount of unrest that it causes their community, like how we have gotten a million trailers for the brand new Pokemon Snap, and only one trailer for both of the Gen 4 games. And I know that it's probably asking way too much for more details on both of these games, but a man can dream. And now, to my surprise, and possibly everyone else's as well, we got absolutely no news for Metroid Prime 4 in the last Direct. And quite honestly, that's exactly what I thought we would end up getting for the final announcement back in February, but we ended up getting Splatoon 3 instead. And though I'm extremely hyped for Splatoon 3, I would have definitely preferred a Metroid Prime 4 trailer instead, because it's been 5 years since we first got the teaser for it, and it has also been 2 years since the game director announced that they are starting from scratch again. But since they also announced that they have extra hands on deck, hopefully they will be at the point to where they could finally give us a proper trailer for the game. And if they are, this goes without saying, but the next Nintendo Direct is the perfect time for a Metroid announcement. And as mentioned, hopefully we will also get a closer look to what Splatoon 3 will end up being like. I haven't personally played either of the Splatoon games before it, but with the teaser that we got, I'm definitely going to give this one a try. And now for the final prediction of this video. The announcement of the second to last Smash character for the Volume 2 Fighter Pass. I'm not going to talk about my predictions of who I think it could be, since I have already extensively covered the 10 characters that I think have the best chance of making it into Smash Bros. In this video right here. But honestly, Sakurai and Nintendo would be absolutely out of their minds if they decided to not announce one of its final characters coming to Ultimate at E3. And who knows, maybe they'll even pull the same stunt that they did 2 years ago and announce both of them at the same time. And now, with all of that being said, if you have any predictions for the Nintendo Direct at E3 that I didn't cover, let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.